Hello everybody, my name is Arnie and I'm the president of Brockton Arts. I'm here in the little theater at the Buckley Performing Arts Center at Massasoit with my friend and compadre Andy Jasmin, who is the principal in the film Noah, which will be the first film in our Shoe City Screens Film Festival the first weekend in August coming up. Andy?
That's right.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's great to see you.
All right, thanks again.
I've got a couple of, round two. We'll be doing this for a while. I've got a couple of questions about this film. Where did you find out about this role, and what sparked your interest?
I found out through the regular audition process. I am active on a lot of the actors' websites in Boston, and I was just finishing up To Kill a Mockingbird on stage at the Wilby Theater in Boston.
Yep.
And the director reached out. They saw my photo, resume, and whatnot, and they reached out and said, I think you would be a great lead for this film. Noah, what do you think about auditioning? So again, it was just, just working and somebody reaching out, seeing
right place, right time, showing up, doing the auditions, blah, blah, blah.
And I remember, I just remember driving up to, it was Park Plaza where the auditions were.
Yeah.
And just thinking of nothing of it. Just like, it's just another audition, I just got to go ahead and do what I do. And, it's a really big project for me.
Well, this is a provocative film. So where did you draw your inspiration for this role, and how did you do your research?
Again, it was a good script. It was a good screenplay, and a lot of the inspiration came from the story. So for me, it was about the story of Noah and him kind of finding himself and becoming a man and finding his freedom, that journey. But as far as material-wise, I watched a movie called Sugar, which stars a Dominican actor who is adjusting to life in the U.S. As a baseball player in this new world. And also Children of Men, starring Clyde Owen. Was another story of kind of quiet leads that I kind of studied.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when you did this, and it's interesting watching films being made, but as I've heard the story, you filmed the last scene of this film first.
Oh, yeah.
What was it like to work out of sequence?
Apparently that's how movies are shot, because everybody can't be there at the same time. So this was second principal day of photography and my first shoot with the lead actress played by Lindsay. And she was amazing, and she brought the energy, and basically I was just reacting. So it was the last day of the shoot, but one of the most kind of the apex of the movie, and an intense scene, and we shot it the first day. So it was to bring that energy, and if you watch it, you just it's like it was chronological order.
I used to cater for film crews. Looking at filmmaking from the outside, it's like watching paint dry.
Yeah.
It's tremendously slow. It is ridiculously specific in getting certain things done. What was the most challenging part of this shoot for you?
Besides the fact I didn't have a car, the deputies were extremely, they treated me like I was royalty. They came to pick me up from Waltham to Brockton back. Everywhere I was on every shoot and every picture and every scene. So, they really made an effort to make sure that I was, the actors were taken care of. But the toughest shoot for me, oddly enough, I'm a real spiritual person, that this baptism scene, Catholic, your baptism and whatnot. And everybody's in character, the priest was there. And for me, I was kind of freaked out. I was just like, I'm not ready to do this right now. But it was just it was weird. It was like the day of, and I just kind of felt weird about it. It was just this baptism, the reading the scriptures and all that. Because it's like, it was fake, but it's like, it feels definitely real. And I'm just like, this is kind of, exactly. And it felt like the real deal. It felt like the real deal.
It's wonderful. Now, the subject matter of this film, you're dealing with freedom. You're dealing with issues of slavery. You're dealing with issues of personal freedom, personal expression. Now, one of the premise of the film is that slavery was something that wasn't afforded to everybody. This was something that was a ruling class kind of thing.
Right.
So how does that fit into the broader narrative of how we've all interacted over all of these years? It wasn't all of us.
And that, to answer your question, I feel like, I guess, to simply put, to devalue someone and treat them as property or as a kind of possession, this thing, it was more direct back then. Right now, it was
also more direct in this country than it was anywhere else.
Right. Right.
In other places, there were certain senses of indentured servitude. Here, it was blunt ownership.
Right, right.
And this journey away from this is kind of an interesting thing, but also the recognition that this wasn't everybody.
Yeah.
There was a ruling class, and that ruling class oppressed everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And we're still living with all of this today. So I'm hoping this film and this screening here in this wonderful theater, as part of this broader Shoe City Screens, and you know this, we've worked on this together. This is us.
Definitely.
We are Brockton people and Brockton actors and Brockton artists and Brockton screenwriters and cinematographers and documentarians and all of those sorts of things. This is a way for us all to tell the world's story.
The story, yeah. And just to follow up with that last question, and what I hope people get out of this movie is understanding your story, my story, and not just the U.S. history, but also what's your neighbor going through, what's your your dad, your mom, somebody you're in a relationship with, understanding their history.
Listening to the story.
Listening to the story, and it changes your perspective on that person. So that's what I hope people get, is just kind of
in my world these
the ability
days,
to talk to somebody.
if you have to tell the story, I have to listen. And if we can share that, we will all grow up together.
Right.
We all get a better world.
Right.
Andy, you're wonderful. I'm so pleased to know
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We're
Can't
looking
wait for
forward
the
to
night.
this.
And this
Now,
is I've got a little poster here. If you
oh no,
want.
I got a poster and I've got dates. This is the poster. And the date for the show here, and the film is Noah, will be Friday night, August 2nd, here at the Little Theater at the Buckley Performing Arts Center at Massasoit for Brockton Arts, for the Shoe City Screens, for Andy Jasmin and our cinematographers, our actors, our screenwriters, and our friends.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Looking forward to
I
doing
am too. It's
this.
going to be a good night.
Wonderful.
All right.
Thanks,
All right.
Andy.
Thank you.